What's up, guys? We're live. This is GuardianCast.
Hey yo,
How is
Yo.
everybody?
big chillin'.
Yeah.
Very excited.
I'm great, dude.
All right, we
Everything is
have
steady.
an interesting episode this week. Both Huffy and Eddie couldn't be here. Eh, I want to make something up about them, but I don't know. I can't think of anything interesting. Well, you guys
They
have
needed
any
to help
ideas?
Popeyes with the chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, that's what it is. There's people fighting in the parking lots, and they needed to be diplomats over there, calm everybody down. But this week we've got Kez back.
Yo.
Welcome back, Kez. We've
Thank you for
got
having
Reese back for the second time. How's it
What
going,
up?
Reese? Nice.
Doing pretty good.
Reese face reveal. His face is actually just a one-eyed mask.
That's it right there.
And for the first time ever, we have Pokeriphery. How's it going, man?
It's going. It's going.
All right, so we have had Reese and Kez kind of introduce themselves recently. Poke, who are you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Jake. No one says my name correctly ever. Yeah, I'm a streamer here on
Except
Mixer.
true
My
gent
friends-
lords, right?
And yeah, they get that part right.
Yeah.
Mostly a Destiny streamer. That's where I find my home. But I dabble a little bit other games. I play some Apex Legends every now and then. I play some Modern Warfare. We're out here on a journey. It's good time.
Nice. Well, how's everybody's week going?
They're nerfing one-eyed mask. I'm good.
That's
yeah,
true.
I'm chilling, man. It's finally happened.
Have you guys been playing mostly Destiny this week?
Negative.
No.
I hit it really hard night one. Knocked some dungeons out, knocked some pinnacle drops out, and then since then it's been slow this week. But
Reese, have you hit the 960 gear cap yet?
Have not. I have not had good RNG.
Oof.
Close though.
Yeah. How close?
what are you lacking?
I need all guns on all characters, and then I need a chest plate and arms on my warlock, and then like everything on my hunter and
Well, at least with the weapons, that's pretty likely between a pool of 3 characters.
yeah.
So, that's not bad. Welcome in, hand grenade, by the way. So, what do you think about that system overall? Are you still not really liking it? Wish it would have stayed at the +1 system, or what?
I wish I would have found an in between. I think right now it's super easy.
Yeah.
In 1 week, I was already getting 960 drops on my warlock. So.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's intense, man.
Yeah.
I have not been min-maxing my pinnacle drops because, basically once I saw how the system was working, I was just kind of like, yeah, this seems like it'll happen on its own.
It will, 100%.
Yeah, because, you get, I don't know, 2 pinnacle drops, and then it's like, okay, well, time to go get some powerful drops.
Yep.
So, that's pretty cool. So, we got some good news this week. Before we get to the TWAB, just want to mention to everybody out there, we finally have a release date for Halo Reach on PC. It's going to be December 3rd. I'm super stoked about that.
Hell yeah.
So,
Pumped.
you can, there's a couple ways you can go about this. If you have Xbox or PC Games Pass through Microsoft, then it's free with that. So, that's an easy one. Or if you'd like it on Steam, you have 2 options. You can buy Reach for $10 and just buy them individually as they come out. Or for $40, you can buy the entire collection, and then you'll have access to them as they come out. So I think, all in all, either way you go, it's a pretty good deal. Games Pass is only $1 for 3 months right now, so that's hard to beat. But definitely go out and get that, especially if you're a Halo fan.
Are they still extending your entire gold membership if you do that?
I don't know if that deal is active anymore. That was over the summer, but
Yeah.
it seems to come back. Every time it was gone, it came back. So maybe I really think they just want to get as many people subscribed as they possibly can. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's definitely the play, especially before Scarlet comes out.
Don't need gold
I'd
for PC. For PC, you can just get the PC option. But there's a Ultimate, which gives you access to both, and that's only $1 right now for 3 months. So might as well just do that. What were you gonna say?
I'd say even if you're not currently a fan of Halo or never have been, either picking up the Master Chief Collection, that's a lot of game for
Oh,
not
yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
And also, if you go the route of
It is 6 games.
Pass,
Yep.
like that's so much game for so little money. Like honestly, big shout out to Microsoft for here's all this games, guys. Just go play your games.
There's there's other great games on there too. Like Outer Worlds is on there right now, and Metro Exodus. I can't recommend Metro Exodus enough from earlier this year.
Gears 5 is
Gears
on
5, yeah, that's brand new. I didn't play that one, so I can't say one way or another.
I've
but
played a
I've
bit
heard
of
good
it.
things
It's
about
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah,
It's
So-
I would say it's the God of War of the Gears franchise, like the new God of
That's-
War. It's
That's
pretty,
high praise.
It's a lot different. They changed up the formula a bit.
The last Gears game I played was a little bit of Judgment. That was a long time ago. And Judgment wasn't that great.
Interesting. So we got some good Destiny news this week. It's not a ton of Destiny news, but we'll just go ahead and open up with the good stuff. One-Eyed Mask is getting nerfed. They're taking the overshield away entirely.
Fuck yeah, that was what I wanted. I know some people have the argument on
The wall
the
hacks.
wall hacks, but
I think
I
no
don't know.
matter what they did, there was going to be half the people who wanted the other thing done, right?
well, yeah, if they had gotten rid of the wall hacks, then would people have just started bitching about hunters? Like, I feel like people forget that hunters have wall hacks too.
They also have Foe Tracer.
Yeah. Bow Tracer. And then the wall hacks only last 3 seconds now in Spectral Blades, but yeah.
I don't think anything should have wall hacks like in the game.
I also don't think anything should have overshields.
I agree. I think
So-
overshields and wall hacks shouldn't be a thing.
But I mean, like,
Yeah.
so Reese, like the catch-22 here is like the only way they could have really fixed it is to make it do something completely new and different than, and
mean,
like that wasn't
feel
gonna
like-
happen.
I feel like that's pretty exotic to just get health on a kill if
Yeah,
you're in a fight.
that's
Like-
true.
They could have just taken away the tracking and overshield and it'd still be a pretty good exotic.
Yeah. Let's just think about how like 6 months ago when they finally decided to address this for the first time, they were just like, it'll probably be balanced if we just make it not work in your super, right?
Oh god.
The Super wasn't the problem, boys. It was the neutral game. Come on.
Well, the super was a problem too. Like, I don't know if you were playing a lot during that time, but like they would just pop their super and then like throw a sentinel shield at you, and then it was like a sentinel with an overshield.
Dude, it's so bad.
Okay,
or a
yeah,
hammer.
I did.
A
Miss
hammer with an
that.
overshield from a
I did
distance.
miss that, but also keep
man.
in mind that supers isn't the whole.
Yeah.
Not everyone always has a super, which I guess is kind of my mentality coming
Yeah.
from that direction. But I don't know. Up to this point, One-Eyed Mask has done so many things. It's been hard to take anything else as a Titan into the Crucible.
I mean, it's
And Titans can
literally
do a lot of
3
cool stuff.
exotics.
Yeah.
Dude, give
Yeah.
me my Doomfang pauldrons. I fucking love
Yeah,
Doomfang.
throw more shield.
I
But
mean,
why would you have ever taken Doomfang? Because One Eye exists. At least if you're playing in a high tier.
I know you hate the arc battery, Reese, but like to achieve that arc battery build, you have to be running like 3 different things at the same time to make it work.
mean-
and One-Eyed Mask does like all of those
Oh,
things
I
by
agree.
itself.
One-Eye Mask is broken, but I
Yeah.
also think that the all the all the perks from the artifact are broken as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you were here last week, but I had like a revelation about it because I was listening to somebody else talk about it, and I didn't really realize like the way people were using arc battery. For me, it's like a defensive thing, usually to try and escape or just like break line of sight or whatever. But from what I understand, like the strat is to actually put it on with a shotgun and just like fucking rush people with it, which sounds
Dude,
like bullshit.
you run into someone, shoot them with a shotgun, then like dodge away, and you're like invincible for a second.
Yeah, yeah, that's not good.
I've
But it-
seen clips of people like tanking whole fusion rifle bursts and like whole
Yeah.
shotgun bursts just because they're doing a little
Oh,
flippy boy. It's
So
bad.
bad. Yeah.
I still gotta say, like, I'm pleased with this though, like, because they did say, like, hey, we're gonna put out these artifacts. Like, if shit's broken, like, it's gonna go away at the end of the season. Um, so I think it gives them an opportunity to play with things, and so next season they can clearly see fucking arc batteries broken. So we better not get something similar next season.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I mean,
They're gonna be like solar battery and oppressive arc power, and they're just gonna rotate the elements and make it the exact same perks
God.
in traditional Bungie fashion.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see just how many I don't know if they're gonna just do like what we're suggesting and just rotate elements and have the same kind of effects, or if they have a
God, I hope
really
not.
long list. I hope not, but I'm curious to see if they do have a long list of things that the artifact is gonna do, as opposed to, hey, this worked cool for arc battery, solar battery. Like
This is what I think. They need
Ah.
to incorporate, if they're gonna make it exotic like perks, I'm okay with that, but they have to incorporate trade-offs. So like if you give up your super to have, a second grenade and melee, that would be like a cool thing. You equip that and then you get, so like then like that'd be a discussion to have, and you can like talk about whether that's a worthwhile trade-off, or if like they went too far with it, or if it's not enough of a trade-off. But I think that ultimately has to be the way that they go. Otherwise, there's just a power creep problem. Like you're introducing a second exotic perk to everyone's loadout.
I think the heavy or the finisher mods where you expel like half a super bar to get heavy ammo or whatever else that finisher mod can do. I think maybe going in that direction, using your ability cooldowns as kind of like a currency to activate these mods effects. It would give the game a dimension that it hasn't really seen before. We haven't seen anything go, hey, tank half your super, but here's this thing that you can go do now. I think going in that direction would give the artifact, it would give them more ability to make more things that are different than we've seen before. I'm
So
really
you-
worried that this artifact is just going to be a like
You're
as we joked,
suggesting basically the same thing I just did, right? Like that was
mayhapsibly.
you're saying like you'd be like just giving up half your super to activate an ability, sort of like the heavy ammo mod type thing.
Yeah, but you take
Right.
it further. Have stuff that, okay, your melee goes away to do a thing, or
Yeah.
you expunge like a class ability to go do a thing. Like make that where you pull for those mods.
Yeah. I mean, I think the disappointing part about this is like Bungie has like learned this lesson before, and it just seems like it got lost somewhere, because if you remember in Destiny 1, like early on, all the weapon perks were like positive only, and so all you had to do was pick the weapon perk that was like the drawback of the gun and to correct for it. So then they started introducing like, okay, you can have extra range, but you have to give up like stability or something. So in this case with these perks, like, okay, you want arc battery, that means like your super generates at half of the speed it normally would, or something like that. Like, I think that's probably the way to think about these things going forward.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
that'd make them a lot better.
Yeah.
So aside from One-Eyed Mask, and just to clarify for everybody, all that they did was take the overshield away. It's still gonna regenerate health, and it'll still give wall hacks, so it's still gonna be very good, no doubt about it. But it won't be at least like you won't come around a corner and always see a Titan with an overshield.
Yeah, the overshield was like, wall hacks suck, but the overshield was my biggest problem because that's the hardest part to counter, in my opinion.
I just hate, like, so when you're playing PvP, it's just good practice when you see a gunfight going on between your teammate and another person. You should just go ahead and attack that person with the presumption that they have at least some of their health gone. It's just a good strategy. But then when you see the shots being fired and you come around the corner, and not only, like, it's already a gamble because, they might like still have full health, but even then you have an advantage because you're taking them off guard. But in this case, you're the one getting blindsided because you come around the corner and they have an overshield on top of it, so they just have more health than you. Like, when they're in a disadvantageous situation, which just makes no sense from a mechanical standpoint. You know, like, I gotta think anybody, like, coming into this game that's just familiar with shooters is like, what the fuck is happening here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, I did the right thing, and then here was this raid boss around the corner. It makes no sense. And
Or if you-
especially for something so benign as just, like, killing the person who shot at you.
Yeah.
It's not like they did anything crazy. Like, it's not like they, like, if the requirements were something so niche where they were like, okay, you have to be like behind somebody and like melee them twice or something like that, I'd be like, all right, that's pretty weird. I don't know. You know, like but this just, it's like you're gonna run into it every 5 seconds, which is out of control.
What I really don't like about One Eye in its current state is that let's say you're in Crucible, you're doing your thing, you're fighting other people. Because your teammate dies to this one-eyed masked titan, you are punished for an action and an event that happened completely outside of your control. You had no bearing on this titan getting an overshield, but now you, having done nothing, get to go now fight this titan with an overshield.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That is a disconnect that doesn't add up in a shooter. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And at least, like, I can't speak for every game, but in like traditional Halo, when there was overshield or invisibility, it was predictable because they spawned at certain intervals in certain locations in the map. So if you were around there and you were a good player and you had like a lot of awareness, you could know to actually expect that. Somebody picked up the overshield. Like, this is the time it comes in, this is the area, and it didn't last that long. So just, it was like a map positioning type thing, rather than it being just like an unexpected, oh my god, he shot somebody, fantastic.
And we do that in Destiny currently. Oh, heavy's up at this time interval. Supers, I'm about to get my super. I can assume that people around me are also going to get their supers.
Yeah.
One Eye doesn't fall into that. And I feel like Destiny is at its best when you can predict what's going on. You can predict a spawn. You can predict, okay, super's about to come out. One Eye Mask completely throws that flow out of the window.
Oh, well, you know, on that topic, I actually have something really positive to say about the current state of the game as opposed to before Shadowkeep. So, with Armor 1.0, a big problem, like, that I noticed, I didn't run all super mods in PvP. Because I just thought that's boring, I didn't like that being my loadout, but this would be the annoying thing. I'm at the top of the leaderboard, feeling like I'm slaying, and somehow, like, right at like the 3-minute mark, some jabroni out there just randomly pops his super, like bottom fragging because he's running all super mods. It just didn't make any sense. Like, at least now it feels a little bit more predictable. Like, yes, there's intellect, but you do have to give up a good amount of stuff. It's not just like tacking on a super mod on top of whatever.
You have to pigeonhole yourself into, I get my super faster and then do nothing else.
Yeah, so like pretty much I feel like I can reliably, especially now that I have remote connection on my class item. Like, if I feel like I'm slaying out, I'm like, yeah, I know I have a couple seconds to use my super and no one else is gonna have it yet. Like that. So I think that is a welcome change, in my opinion.
I'm excited to see how Crucible starts playing once One-Eyed kind of goes under a little bit, because you take that out of the equation. I've actually really been enjoying Crucible lately.
I don't know if you guys
artifact mods
have noticed it, but Hunter roaming supers just lose to other roaming supers unless you like manage to hit them twice without them hitting you. Like, it's really like annoying, actually. It doesn't matter which one you pick, other than Golden Gun. Well, you still have to hit them twice unless you do the bottom tree one and try and hit them in the head, which is kind of a mess. But no, every Hunter roaming super that I can think of, you have to hit any other roaming super 2 times.
I mean,
Even
that's all.
Dawnblade.
Well, they all are, right?
No.
Which one doesn't?
Well, if you are a bottom tree striker, then that one, if you slam, it'll kill any other roaming super, as far as I know. Like if you,
If you slam and they
Right.
stay in the little explosion, but
yeah, I mean, it's not that
one slam
hard.
doesn't kill them though. If they're full health.
Are you sure about that?
Like I've never personally died to a slam at full health.
Oh,
And
I
it's really
have.
super.
In my Arc Strider, yeah. Many
Yeah,
times.
I've been definitely smashed by a slam.
If you're
I'll have to be more cognizant of my like health when I'm doing it, but
I mean, I've been smashed by a slam when I was like getting shot at as well.
well,
die,
but and I think that even Spectral Blades, if you're not invisible, you will die to that slam too. But if you're invisible, you get extra health, so I don't think you die in that instance. Golden Gun, without a doubt, you die to
I mean,
everything.
yeah.
like somebody can literally just hit you with like one pulse rifle. They're like, "Hey, you actually have less health than you
Yeah.
did before you popped this super. Have fun with that." So,
Arc Strider can one tap anything in the Crucible.
no,
M1,
Yeah,
M1,
Arc-
M2.
Yeah, Arc Strider owns other supers.
no. Arc
Yeah.
Strike. So if
It
you
does.
if you get into a 1v1 against another roaming super with Arc Strider, the only way you can kill the other super is with that weird combo where you do the palm strike at the end.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only way you can do it, and you have to, that takes 4 hits. It's like left click, left click, left click, right click.
It's left click, right click. And
Yes, 3.
if you're able to maneuver with your first 2 clicks and time the palm, you can be really difficult to deal with if you're able to maneuver with it.
Yeah, I'd say Arc
Especially if
Strider is
you're using
actually
your
one of the better supers for countering other roaming supers.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
I mean I think that
it's good.
combo, like I think I've landed that combo like 3 times in like the whole time Destiny 2 has been out ever.
It is kind of a niche thing. It does really need some setup to do, but when you pull it off, the thing you hit is dead.
Yeah, you
Bubble Titan, what are you
obliterated.
doing? Get out.
Well, and then the other thing about Arc Strider is if you and Spectral Blades actually, if you hit another roaming super at the same time they hit you, it just like clinks your staff or your blades,
The
and then you're
Clash
just
thing. Yeah, I don't know why
yeah.
Clash thing is in the game,
yeah.
but
And then you're like locked out from being able to do another move, which is pretty weird.
Arc
But-
Striders are raid bosses, dude. You gotta hit stun them.
that
yeah.
I mean that happens like other melee supers besides like maybe Striker, I guess.
Well, an odd thing is the Hammer Titan. If you pick the bottom one with the or I can't remember which one it is. The explosive pyre one. Then
Top.
one hammer will kill you at a distance while you're in Arc Strider or in Spectral Blades with no invisibility, which is really weird because it's
Excellent.
like why from a distance? Like I have to get up and melee them twice, but they can just hit me from a distance with one hit. That's bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, like I said though, that also happens to other supers.
I
Yeah.
know
Like
when
the
they.
top tree hammers can kill like any super.
I know that when
But
they.
Dawnblade can't, and the projectiles travel slower. I know it has tracking, but still, like it's hard to miss with a hammer anyway. So
I know when they did the damage changes to supers with Shadowkeep. I know everybody was mostly focusing on, oh, I can one snipe a super now. But is this an unforeseen pitfall of that changing where we didn't really foresee the super versus super metagame changing like it has?
it hasn't changed actually. It's been this way since the beginning of Destiny 2. Like I remember talking about this in year 1 as well.
Okay.
Like even before Forsaken. So it's always been this way where these melee supers require 2 hits. And for some reason the roaming hammers don't. Golden Gun, you do have to 2-tap. It's not as big of a deal as it used to be because you get refunded those or one of the 2 now, but the duration is so short that it also is kind of a mess. So I think that next season, solars are due for like reshaping. Like they've done it to everything else. I think they did like
Yeah.
that arc
Dawnblade.
week, and then this season
Dawnblade.
they did the two void ones. I think it was just Sentinel and Way of the Trapper or whatever, or not Trapper. The Tether Night Stalker.
I thought they did something to the Devour Warlocks, didn't they? Didn't they
This
mess
season?
with the cooldowns on that? Yeah.
I don't know about the cooldowns, but I know they buffed the super itself.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of then.
Oh
They
yeah,
buffed
because
the,
they
They made
swung
it do
too
more
hard
damage
on
the
it.
burn.
Because they nerfed it though. They nerfed it, and then they said they went too far. Right? That's what happened with that.
Right.
Did
And
they nerf
handheld
it?
supernova, just so you know, is I think
Oh.
it's only a problem because of oppressive darkness. Like I don't remember it being this much of a problem last season, and they didn't do anything
Well, yeah,
to it,
the
right?
range on it now, because like you only need like a few of the little
Right.
scatters to hit you because of oppressive darkness.
Yeah. So that's a mess. Hopefully
Yeah,
that.
the range is insane on that thing.
I don't think that was their intention. Like I think they really just wanted oppressive darkness to be like a PvE
That's
thing.
tough. Yeah.
But that's an unintended thing. Like, and you know what's weird? I haven't really noticed it be like that big of a thing with Wombo combo. You would think Wombo combo would be like just
Void
super
Wall is
deadly.
insane with
that.
oppressive darkness.
Yeah, if you stand in it.
Well, no, I mean like the first because it does like more damage on like the first little burst that it does.
Mhm.
Dude,
Does
it's
it
like,
instantly kill? Have you tested it?
It doesn't instantly kill, but like if you stand in it for one more tick, you're dead.
Interesting.
Like it owns you.
I think magnetic grenade on
Magnetic grenade
Sentinel
one
Titan, I
hit.
think it one taps.
Yeah, it does.
Not if you dodge while it's exploding with arc battery.
Listen here, Hunter, okay?
That was like the frustrating part of that always anyway, though, is like the two explosions. And especially now, like, since like the base, it doesn't like one shot kill anyway, so like it does like 2 ticks of like pathetic damage, like normally, without oppressive darkness, so I think they should just take that grenade out of the game. It's pretty dumb.
What can they do to sticky grenades at this point without having them one shot that'll actually make them worth a shit?
Well, I think they should have them one shot, but I think that they should make them hard to stick. Like playing Halo Reach, I can tell you, like it's really hard to land plasma grenades. Like really, really, really hard. They don't like track into people at all. They fall very like there's not like a long throw distance or anything.
Right.
So every time I've been killed by one, it's just been kind of like, wow, nice nade. Or if I get somebody, it's like feels really rewarding as opposed to cheesy. Like in Destiny 1, like it would just track right into them. So I think that that's the way to go personally. You make them one shot, but and they also, if you're not like if they land on the ground and you're not like right on top of it, it just is not going to do much damage at all. Like it probably won't do any damage. So it's all or nothing. That's kind of how you balance those, I think.
I guess it's been so long since I've seen a one tap sticky nade. I'm like, I don't know how to handle these anymore.
Yeah. Well, that was like one of the things. And you know what's funny is all of Destiny 1, those things functioned that way, but they weren't the best choice of grenade because like there were so many other powerful grenades. But then as everything else got nerfed, they eventually stuck out. Like they literally never did anything to them. But I don't know.
Fire up my Xbox, go nade some kids. Have a good time.
So Recluse is finally getting nerfed,
Yo,
but it's a confusing way of putting it.
they have really good wording.
Yeah, Bungie really likes to confuse people. Sometimes I think when they're writing these things, Damager is probably like, so wait, tell me what's happening again? And like they explain it to him and he's like, I'm just gonna make it vague enough that like no one else understands either, you know? So
Do you understand what this means? No? Cool, it's going in the TWAB. Excellent.
So I'll explain, like the way it works right now is when you proc Master of Arms, basically you get like a 98% body shot damage buff. And then I can't remember what the headshot damage buff is, But basically,
like 20 something.
the math comes out where they both almost do the same thing, right? Like the headshot and body shots. So it's like you're always doing headshots if you're hitting somebody. That's how the perk functions right now. The changes that they're making, it says removed precision damage modifier. Recluse will continue a damage bonus from Master of Arms, but damage will not default to precision values when the perk activates. So it's confusing because it sounds like they're making precision less important, but then Damage clarified on Twitter and said that precision damage is you're gonna have to aim for the head now if you want like as much bonus damage. So I don't know. We're really just gonna. I wish they would have just put numbers
I
with
think
it.
the way I saw it clarified as like some Reddit post, and they said that now pretty much you're just gonna get the same buff for body shot and headshot damage, which is gonna remain at like that 20% whatever it was before.
Okay.
So it's basically body shots are doing not as much. They're just doing like the regular damage buff, not in like a 90 something percent.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, that's still good because there's no other.
Yeah. Well, it's basically like having a rampage times 2 stack, just
Right.
off 1 kill.
And one of the crazy things about Recluse is that it's one of the only guns where when you proc that, it's like so easy to break shields because for everything else, like precision is what you need to do significant damage. And obviously you can't hit precision shots when an enemy is shielded, so like this thing just pops shields like crazy.
Well, that
So
won't
even
be the case anymore.
yeah, but I mean even like that little bit of a buff is still something. That's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's still.
It'll be on par
good.
and like let you choose rampage weapons and stuff like that instead.
Yeah,
though,
like
if you
kill
want
clip
to.
is gonna be a pretty good perk now.
Right. So that's pretty cool. I don't think it'll be trash. Like I don't think it'll just be like,
no
all right,
way.
throw your recluse away. You know.
Yeah, it's just like an easier rampage, but it only goes to times 2. It's kind of how I'm gonna look at it.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Doesn't Master of Arms have a smaller window of time it's active than Rampage is anyway? Like, don't
No,
you
it's
get
like
more time
5
with Rampage?
seconds.
It procs off itself though.
Yeah, and
Right.
So
and you can. I think like someone did the
Extend it,
math,
yeah.
and like if you kill something with your other weapon and then switch, you can almost get like 8 seconds out of it or something.
Yeah, you kill something and you have 3 seconds to
Yeah.
switch to Recluse to
Swap
proc the
weapon.
5.
And then you get another 5. Yeah.
Interesting. And then you can just chain it and extend it
Yeah.
indefinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Uh,
also feeding frenzy is an incredible perk.
Yeah.
Like
So
the best reload perk.
these changes that we're talking about, the one-eyed mask and recluse, just so you know, unfortunately they're not coming till next season. Like I guess the patch is probably going to come out day 1 with next season.
Probably.
So that's kind of a bummer. The other cool thing, if you have Xenophage, you've probably already broken it down. They're buffing it by 50% PvE damage. So
I kind
hopefully,
of wish it was more, dude.
do you think it's not going to be enough?
I don't think so.
Oh my!
Not worth an exotic heavy.
That's
Oh,
pathetic, dude.
it's
Holy
pretty
shit.
bad right now. Like I would never run that over like I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Well, I'm
How does it
trying to
compare
think like
Thunderlord currently.
well, it doesn't
Like,
do
I think
precision
Thunder-
damage.
Well, it's
That-
different than Thunderlord. Thunderlord's like has a lot more ammo, obviously, and it's like more
Right.
used for ads than.
I haven't got my Xenophage yet because
I don't really know what you'd use Xenophage for.
trash.
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess
trying to
boss
think.
damage. I
Like
don't-
if it's for boss damage and it can't do precision damage, that's a big problem. You know?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they want it to be used for because it's not like it has the ammo or the speed to kill ads.
Well, they said in the TWAB that they want it to compete specifically with grenade launchers, or they want it to be in the same kind of realm.
Gotcha. So it is boss damage in that sense,
Yeah.
but it's
So,
like
like,
kind of like a fusion
slides.
rifle or a grenade launcher.
Slides
The-
further towards heavy weapons such as grenade launchers.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is kind of for bosses and shit, or like majors, I guess.
It looks cool on paper. I mean, it's a big
Yeah.
shooty boy. It shoots big shooty boys. So
Maybe
like,
I just don't think that buff's enough. To be honest.
has
50
anybody
is a
used it in
big-
PvP?
50's a big buff. Yeah, I mean you don't get a lot of ammo for it in PvP. Like I think you get like enough for like 1.5 kills, like 3
Like,
ammo.
The only thing I'm thinking is explosive rounds have no damage fall off, so you could probably like really map people with it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I just don't know how fast you would take him down.
It
at
shoots
the
super slow.
yeah, at the end of this, they mention paired with some quality of life changes to things like escalation protocol armor. What's that all about? Is there like something special about the escalation protocol
I remember
armor?
people complaining about it. I don't remember what was the problem. I don't know if
Huh.
like you can't get it anymore or something. I don't know.
The only thing I could think of is just how RNG it is to get the armor.
No, it's not. It's
No,
every
it's
week.
just
It's guaranteed to be a
weekly.
specific thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
is
that's
it?
the thing though,
Not
is not
RNG at
making
all.
you wait a week to get your full, or you know what I mean? Like, how many weeks is that to get a full set of armor?
It's 5.
5.
5.
Yeah. So maybe that's the quality of life change.
And
that
maybe they're making it farmable so you can just keep getting keys.
Who cares
sounds
though?
Lock down one day.
Like, is
All
there
the new light players, bro. Come in.
yeah, is there something like that that's like they need that armor for? Like, does it
I
have a
mean, for
unique
the
perk?
collections, you need it for the title.
Oh my god. What
It is
title?
cool armor.
Wayfair.
Oh, you need. Oh yeah, is that
Yeah.
part of the badge? Okay.
Yep.
I assume so.
You know,
I mean, it's part of the game. I get why they should fix it. People are
Yeah.
doing it. They
I think
complain
I'm on the
about it.
opposite end of the spectrum as you, Wrecked. How full is your vault?
I think I
Mine's not
probably
full
have
at
like
all.
200 of things in there.
Yeah, like I constantly have a full vault. I try and keep a set of each armor piece.
Reese would. It's gonna blow your mind, dude. Reese just deletes everything. Like
Dude,
literally, he
I
doesn't
literally
keep
only have
anything.
materials in my vault. I don't actually have armor or gun.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, you're never running out of those, so.
I mean, like as Destiny players, I kind of learned early on that
that's
with the
probably
shifting,
the smart play.
the shifting metas, like sometimes holding on to things can be super helpful because then you can have like a god roll like immediately instead of having to farm one.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you're just holding on to trash that's never going to be good. So
Yeah.
That's what happened with my Outlast. That thing has been vaulted for I don't know how long, 4 months, and now I'm able to use it in the Crucible, and it's
Oh,
an
God.
excellent time.
I have one too, but I haven't taken it out once yet, just because. You know, as good as like they are, I just don't like pulse rifles, man.
That's
I don't
fine.
know. Like, it's weird because like being like Bungie games, like obviously Halo, they've got the history with pulse rifles being great, but I feel like I have to be so like mounted down and like holding down a lane with them to play with them. Like you can't be like jumping and aggressive and stuff. So
How much time have you put into using the rapid fire frames?
let me
If
think.
you don't want to feel tied down, I'd recommend giving it a shot. They feel really, really good in the sandbox.
Yeah,
Mm.
the new like all the guns like Outlast are
How are
insane now.
their
They buffed them.
inner accuracy?
I mean,
Horrible.
it's a pulse rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
It's-
the big issue.
It's
like,
not
yeah.
a hand cannon.
Right. Like the only two weapons that are any good in the air primaries are hand cannons and submachine guns. That's it. I mean,
bows are
you
alright if
sidearms,
you're a
but
bow guy.
like sidearms, Omega Law. Bows actually like while the accuracy is fine, Kez, because you have to be fully drawn and you can't
I'm not-
sprint. You
I'm
can't
not
really.
advocating for bows.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's not actually as practical as you think
Right.
because like
yeah.
you can't sprint, and if you're on Titan or Warlock, you can't glide without losing your drawback. So you have to be pretty
Right.
much standing still and like single jump to be able to pull that off, which is not really ideal.
Yeah, that's when I do rock a bow on the rare occasion. It's typically like something with an insanely fast draw speed.
Just hushing it up.
Yeah, like Hush. I've got a god rolled arsenic bite that it can be pretty fun. But
I mean, if you proc
don't use them often.
if you proc that Archer's Gambit perk on Hush and then just start jump shotting people, like I could see that being effective if you can aim.
Effective. Like I could see that working like maybe once. Basically, those three things are like the biggest things in the TWAB. It was like a good TWAB, but like there's not that much there. Also, we have about a month left, guys. So if you're working on the Undying title, just
Ugh.
have that in the back of your mind.
It's already done, dude.
You're already done? No, you got to
Yeah.
do the
Well, I mean, I
Undying
need
Mind.
the next season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
Or
do
next week.
Mm-hmm. Are you done Harbinger?
Yeah.
Wow, man, you're on top of it.
Of course, dude.
I don't know, like
Insane.
I've been trying to like wrap my head around like I don't know. I have like an aspirational goal of wanting to get all the titles, but like practically I know that's not gonna happen because they introduce them faster than I can complete them. So
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
had a bit of a revelation last night, Recked, playing The Witcher 3. Like, I could be grinding the Undying title, or I could be playing another game. Like,
no, that is like where I've been is like I have like a fear of missing out with letting the Undying title go, and I feel like it's
Same.
gonna bother me later, but I don't think I should suffer through playing Vex Offensive, which I don't enjoy, when I could be playing other things, especially with Halo coming out in like just a couple weeks. Like, I don't know.
well, yeah, and even still, like when I'm playing Destiny right now, like I've had a lot of fun going into comp with like you and Crit, and like I feel like I'm doing something where I'm actually bettering my skills at the game. Whereas if I'm grinding Vex Offensive, I'm not getting better at the video game. I know how to do that. I know how to slay those monsters.
Yeah, but do you know how to get 100 bow precision kills?
Dude, I went in one the other night and got quite a few of them. So I
Legend.
mean, yeah.
How
You did
many
it.
how many goblins have you soloed with full confidence?
Yeah,
Until
right.
you're there, you've got more Vex Offensive to play, dude.
Yeah.
If you ever died to a Vex, you better get your ass in there. dude.
Better get an offensive. You got practice to
true.
do.
That's true. Shit.
You might want to like throw on an
I gotta
arc
go.
battery to defend yourself from the
Yeah,
Vex
make sure.
onslaught, bro.
Yeah.
I better go do a bunch of flawless Vex Offensive runs so I can
Yeah.
practice for my flawless Garden of Salvation.
What about what is the title for the Garden of Salvation again?
Enlightened.
Do you have that one?
I have everything that you can do. I'm good.
Oh,
for
were
2
we
more
still
weeks.
missing a challenge?
2 more weeks. 2 more challenges.
Mhm.
Oh wow, I thought the challenges have been out for a while.
No, they came out 2 weeks ago.
Interesting.
And they do one a week. You know, it's kind of like the old way. You don't have to like pick up a bounty anymore. You just go in and do the challenge for that week.
Oh
And
really?
That's
Yeah.
really nice.
Oh
Mhm.
good.
Reese, when we ran it the other day for the first challenge, I got all nervous. I was like, oh, I didn't go get the bounty, but I don't want to say anything and leave and go get the bounty.
Oh,
So
I
just
forgot to
did it. I was
mention.
like, oh, that's sick, dude.
Yeah,
forgot to
you just get an
mention
extra chest at the end.
We learned that Anarchy does have a worse drop rate than 1K. Like
I mean, it has like the
officially.
old 1K base drop rate.
Yeah, so it only has the 5% drop
Yeah.
rate instead of the 10%, which makes sense why my RNG has been so freaking terrible. I'm almost to 40 completions now without getting it. So
I'm just happy they confirmed that it exists.
yeah.
It is in the game. It's not a myth.
Holy cow. All right. This needs to go in the record here. We've been doing GuardianCast on Mixer for a bit now. I've seen Eddie in my chat multiple times, and he just followed the stream. Wow,
Oh,
Eddie.
boy.
Wow.
Oof.
Feels
Fucking
bad.
Eddie. Eddie's so
You got
fucking
him,
neat.
coach.
Dude, I did that to Sai the other day. I'd come into his chat and he said something about like, yeah, I got these new alerts. Like, now I need somebody to follow and unfollow to set it off. And so
That
like
doesn't work.
I
Reese?
did it, and yeah, no alert came up, but somebody new followed, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then like I saw he was posting on Twitter that he was going live, but I didn't get any notifications. I'm like, what the hell? And so I go to Mixer, I go to my following page. I'm like, he's not online. And then I went to his page and he was, and the follow button was lit up, and I was like, oh fuck. So he and a couple of people in his chat were giving me shit for not following him. I'm like, no, I had just unfollowed the other day, and I
So
guess
the alert did
refollowed.
pop up back up when you refollowed?
No, somebody else had followed and given him an alert.
But how
And so
how did they
I had
like
just-
know that you weren't following?
because when I refollowed on during his next stream, he was like, "Oh,
But the alert did pop up that time?
yeah, that time it did." So I wonder if maybe there's a timeout window.
Huh. I always
I don't-
assumed that it just
don't know.
like
Let
was
me-
only one time it would work in general.
Somebody unfollow, and follow Recked real quick. Let's see.
Well,
Live fire
actually,
exercise,
if we're
let's
being
see.
real, we are one follow away from it hitting 100
Holy-
already. So
Holy shit, dude.
Oh,
if anybody's hanging out and lurking and wants to make that happen, go right ahead.
Holy
Milestones. Heart
Dude,
guys.
that's a big pog. I'm like 11
you're,
away.
You're at 98 now.
Oh,
somebody
feels
else followed.
bad. Wait.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, so there is a timeout on that, because Reese was already following before. Rip. I wanted to say, yeah, so, they are gonna buff that, anarchy to the 10%, but I think that's also gonna be in the patch next season, so knowing my luck, I'll get it like the week before they buff it, and then like everybody else will get it immediately.
That's what happened with me and Luna's. I got it the week before they nerfed them.
Oh,
Got to
Luna
do 3
faction.
raids.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Like it's
You
a
also
different
had
scenario,
like
but
you were in like a very specific thing where you switched to PC and then Zur just stopped selling it. which
I
is-
had every Warlock exotic except for Luna factions.
Oh, Jesus.
Like
That
I had
sucks.
2 left in my collections. It was Sanguine Alchemy, which I didn't even know existed, and Luna faction.
yeah.
And I went to Zur. I was like, this has to be it. So I pulled the slot machine. I got Sanguine. And I was like, what even is this chess piece? I checked my collections. It was just Luna's and Sanguine that I didn't have.
Oh, that's a rip.
Yeah. So I have all the Warlock exotics.
Well,
Fuckers.
once I finally get this anarchy, it'll be the first time since year 1 of Destiny that I've had all of the exotic pieces.
You'll get it next season when there's.
Right, when there's new stuff, and then there'll be like
Exactly.
something
Mhm.
hard to get. So
Yep.
I won't be able to complete that collection.
Next raid is going to come out and it's going to be a random drop again.
The next,
And it's going to be back.
you
to
know
that
what? I
5%.
won't even complain because I don't think there's gonna be a raid next season. If there was,
Fuck
I'd
no,
be
man.
fucking thrilled, dude. So,
Oh, this is like months down. This is not next season. This is like 2 seasons from now.
oh, so you
Oh,
think
but-
my RNG is gonna be that bad even after they buff it? That's
Yeah.
ouch.
I mean, I'll be right there with you trying to get it. But I'm not until it drops. I don't believe it's real.
Yeah.
And I'll watch the stream. I can't guarantee I'll be in Scourge with you.
You know, once
Listen here, Mister. I've got 10 anarchies in my vault.
I just don't want to take any more. I feel like it's taking them away.
once I get my anarchy, I'm gonna need people to help me farm for the Teraba.
Yikes.
Ooh.
I still need to get my 1K.
Dude, if you get a
Still don't
boss
have that.
CP, I'll farm for the Terrible all day. But that first encounter, rough.
Ugh. I don't know what it is about Crown. I think I have like 2 completions of Crown. Like I just didn't enjoy that raid as much as I like some of the other ones.
I love Crown after the first encounter.
Maybe it's that. Maybe the first encounter's killing it for me. I don't know.
Mm.
So bad.
Like the
Crown's a
boss
good time.
fight's fun.
Yeah.
So is there much left on the roadmap besides the Vex offensive thing for this season, the Undying Mind or whatever? Or is that it?
You get Undying Mind, and then the last 2 raid challenges, and I think that's it.
No.
Okay, well,
That we
Here's-
know of.
yeah, wouldn't expect any more. But here's looking forward to next season, I guess. I don't know. I hope that I've been reading a lot of articles recently, and like Paul Tassi and like everybody's like, "Yep, get your expectations ready to have less content than last annual pass," and I'm just like, "Okay, that sounds fun." Like, can't wait.
Well, you've got a season rank you can grind now. You can go as high as you want. You got light level. You can go do those bounties. You
That's
got
so
endless
fun,
content.
bro.
Endless
Can't wait to
content.
go do Moon Lost
No.
Sectors. Those are Reese's favorite.
Oh god.
The first time going through those lost sectors, I was like, yo, these are incredible. These have come so far, and now I hate them, and I never want to do them ever.
Dude, the first time I went in there, I got mad because I was trying to run through the door and it wouldn't open. Because there was a vandal behind me or something.
True.
Should ask them for the code.
I guess.
Well, that's all I really have for this week, guys. Thanks everybody for being on.
Thank you for having.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Thanks.
Hopefully next week Huffy and Eddie will be back, and Huffy will have a new song written for you guys to mouth hum.
Let's go.
Maybe he'll have more panda.
But all right, this has been episode 85. Kez, Poke, Reese. Thanks everybody.
Yo,
Peace.
thanks.